Well, hello everyone, and welcome to MUS 260. We're going to be checking out the second half of our semester through some lectures here online. And the first thing we're going to be talking about is integrating music into the core curriculum subjects. Now, all of the beginning of the first half of the semester was learning what music was. So defining the 6 elements of music, as well as how we use them, how we can manipulate them, how we can understand them. And so we will continue doing those types of things. We'll continue working on recorder and things like that. But the second half of the semester, we're going to focus on how we can take those elements of music and incorporate them into our core subjects, classrooms like math, like science, like reading, and use it to build on what you want them to learn, to help them to grasp the concepts better, help them to do more practicing with using music. There's lots of different ways that we can incorporate music into that core subject to help support your content. And so that's what we're going to be doing the second half of the semester. So this is an unusual situation where we've moved completely online for the second half. And let me talk to you about the expectations of what we are going to do. So on day 1 here, I'm going to expect that you're going to complete the YouTube lecture that we are currently in. There will be a YouTube lecture for each day, and so I do expect you to listen to the entire lecture, participate in any of the activities at home, even though I can't see you. And I also do expect you to click the other links of examples from other videos so that you can make sure you understand them and watch them. I also will have a daily article coming up the next couple of days. I'm expecting you to read that article. There will be an activity that goes with each one. Sometimes there'll be multiple activities, and there will also be a very short quiz to make sure that you have read those and covered that material. I will also provide you with a recorder YouTube video link, and it will go over the lines that I expect you to know for that particular day. So I will only go through each one of the lines one time. If you need more practice on each line, I do expect you to either rewind it and start over and do those lines again. Feel free to stop and practice on your own a few times. Also, feel free to pull out your CD that came with your book and practice with that. But you will be expected to cover a couple of lines each day, and I will also talk to you about our recorder quiz. So recorder quiz number 2 will be due on March 31st. I do expect you to record yourself and upload it some way, shape, or form to the internet. Google is a great place to do that, as well as YouTube. And with YouTube, you can upload it as unlisted, which means that only people that have the link can see it. That way you don't have to worry about anybody else seeing it. And then you can put that link in your assignment and I can watch it from there. Once this class is completed, you are welcome to leave it. You're welcome to make it public. You're welcome to do whatever you want with it. If you want to delete it, that is completely fine too. So just make sure that you upload that some way, shape, or form. I need to have a link to your video. I am not going to download all of your videos onto my computer. That's almost 60 people worth of videos I would have to download. So don't send it in an email or anything like that. You need to have a link to your video either through Google or through a YouTube. All right, so now that we've gotten through those details, we're going to be looking at the way we can integrate music and how it is advantageous to our students and their core subjects. And so this is a great opportunity for you to take notes on this material because you will find it in your quizzes later. So children that are taught music are going to perceive ideas that are related throughout their learning environment. So they're going to be able to take all different types of things and put them together by using music. And music has a lot of inherent concepts that are going to be found across many different subject areas, like repetition, like contrast, like balance. So those are types of things that we're going to see in all different areas of education. And when they learn music and they use it in their core subjects, it will help them. Children are going to be able to gain knowledge of a core subject through musical activity. So think of different ways that you can use music to help teach a subject. Maybe it's through singing a song. We've seen this with the Days of the Week song. that they learn in kindergarten. They learn their days of a week through a simple song. We've seen this in the 50 Nifty United States by learning about the states and what order they come in, or I should say in alphabetical order, where the students know their states. Again, I learned that song when I was in 4th or 5th grade, and it has stuck with me to present day. Some of you can say that about other things as well. You can always Google or search on YouTube some videos of math problems learned through music, and you're going to see different ways that teachers have taught how to finish a math problem by using music. You can also find different ways to learn literary concepts. So there's lots of different examples. I will link a couple in the description box below of this video, as well as on Canvas, for you to click and check out some of those examples. Children can also gain a relationship between music and history and social studies to develop that clearer perspective of a particular period. So you should never be teaching any type of history or social studies without using music, because music helps tell a story. It's the way history is told. Whatever is going on in society, it can be reflected through the music. I actually teach at Gateway Community College a class called The History and Sociology of Rock Music, and we go from about 1930s, 40s, all the way up to present day, and we are constantly looking at music, getting into the lyrics, seeing what they mean, and showing how it reflects the society at the time. And so this is a great way to do this across the board, regardless of what time of history you are in. You can take a look at the music, look at the lyrics, listen to the type of music that they have, and show how it relates to the history, and help them to get a clearer perspective of what's going on. Children can also gain insights into a culture that would be difficult to acquire in any other way. Again, we are so used to our Western culture, and if you're wanting students to look at more of a tribal culture, or maybe a different culture besides that, by giving them the music and showing them not just the songs they sing, but also looking at the instruments they play and different things like that, they can get a deeper understanding of what other cultures are like. And so this is a must when you are looking at other cultures. Something else is children taught music will contribute to very meaningful and long-lasting educational experiences for students. So music is going to be something that will last a lifetime. I will tell you, out of all the years that I have been teaching music, I have never had students tell me, I really wish I had never participated in that musical ensemble. I wish I had never done anything. In fact, I actually hear the opposite of it. Years later, I hear people say, man, I really wish I had stuck with band, or I had stuck with choir, or that I had stuck with orchestra. I wish that I had done more with music and learned more with music. And so music is going to be very meaningful to your students in the future, and it is a long-lasting into their adulthood on what they've learned. And so we definitely want to encourage music throughout all of their education. All right, so what I would like you to do here is take a minute and pause, and we're going to be listening to some transition songs. So these two songs, or these two videos, I should say, go with our article that we're going to be looking at today. So we're going to be looking at different ways to incorporate music in the elementary classroom, and one of them is transition songs. And so these are from two different teachers that use them within their classroom, and they've come up with some that you probably have never heard before, and some of them are some that you may have heard before. So these are different ways to use music to transition your classroom into doing different things. And honestly, this is an excellent way to help you get from one thing to the other without having a lot of disruptions, without having kids mess with each other, without having kids mess with other people's stuff as well as maybe their own stuff. It has them focused, it has them singing and working at the same time, and they're really great. So again, like I said, take a second, pause here, click each link, and watch it all the way through. Okay, so the last thing that we are going to do is we are going to look at Article 1, Simple Music Integration for Primary Classrooms by Katie Condon. All right, so what you want to do is you're going to click the link with the article. It will pop up, and I want you to read it all the way down. When you get done reading it, normally what we would do in classroom is we would divide up into groups and I would assign you different activities to do. Since we are not able to be in the classroom together and work on those activities, I'm going to have you work on 2 of those activities outside of class, and then you will submit them to me online. Again, with both of these, you are going to need to record yourself. You can do that with your phones or whatever you want to do. My suggestion to you is to upload to a YouTube channel. You can list it as unlisted and just give me the link, then I can still watch it and it won't notify anybody else. It won't share with anybody else. If it is something that you do like and you think it's a good idea, you can feel free to make it public. I have no problem with that. You can share it. You can use it in the future, but I do want you to make sure that you upload that video. Like I said, Google would be fine to do it, but at least YouTube, and send me the link. If you do have a video and you just upload it to an email and send it to me and expect me to download it, I am not going to do that. I have way too many students in my classroom to be able to download all of these videos and watch them. So I need you to upload it to a certain source so that I can just watch it from a link. The very first activity I want you to look at is a transition song. So I want you to write your own transition song. I know this may seem a little, and it is a little bit easier in a group when you have lots of minds thinking alike. So the easiest way to create a transition song is take a melody that you already know. Row, row, row your boat. Mary had a little lamb. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. All of those easy little nursery rhymes that we already know the melody, and just change the lyrics to fit whatever transition you want them to do. Do you want them to line up at the door? Do you want them to pack up their backpack? Do you want them to move into the reading circle? What is the transition that you want them to do in your classroom? Then come up with, find a melody that's already well known and adjust your words to fit that melody. I do want you to upload the lyrics. So on a Word document, you will write out the lyrics for me, and then you will video yourself, upload it on some form, and then include the link on that Word document for me to find, so that I can watch your transition song. Okay? The next thing, your second activity that I want you to do is I want you to compose a soundtrack for a book. Now, I don't necessarily want you to do an entire book, and so we do this in class. Normally in a group setting, like I said, you're going to find a children's book. I usually supply a book, but obviously I'm not with you, so whatever children's book that you have handy is fine. Pick a couple of pages, anywhere from 2 to 5 pages. I say 2 because sometimes your books may have lots of text on 2 pages, and that would be plenty. Other books, especially children's books, may only have 1 sentence per page, so you may need to go a little bit longer than the 2 pages and go up to 5 pages. If you go, depending on your book, if you go a little bit more than that, I'm not going to take off any points. But what I want you to do is you're going to read those couple pages from a children's book, and you will do things to create sound from that book. So if somebody is walking in your book, you would want to make footstep sounds while you are reading that. If somebody is driving a car, you would want to have a car sound, something like that. So this is a fun way to incorporate sound and music into your reading. It does help students to understand the book better because they are really, really involved in that book and what they need to do. So those are your 2 assignments. If you have any questions, please let me know. Feel free to email me or text me, and I will be more than willing to answer those questions for you. And again, like I said, just upload those onto either a Google account where you can send me the link, or a YouTube and send me the link to that as well. And there will be places to submit your assignment on Canvas there. Okay. All right, get reading that article, and then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to take a quiz on that Article 1. All of this is going to be due here by the end of the week. I am giving you a little bit longer due date than the actual day of the class, so do not wait till the last minute to complete it. I'm doing this so you have plenty of time to complete it and ask questions and do what you need to do. So make sure by Friday at midnight you have completed all of these assignments.